to the Today Show with Erin
and Blair.
And I know you're used to seeing Hoda and Jenna in the mornings, but they couldn't do their show today, so they asked the next best thing, and that is us to fill in for them. And as we were preparing for the show, we were trying to decide, what the focus should be on. The whole world has been talking about the coronavirus, and it's just been a really hard time. So we wanted to bring some positivity to the show and just to highlight some teachers, because next week is
Teacher Appreciation Week. And if there was ever a time where parents and the world appreciated teachers, it's now.
Yes.
When we're having to teach our own children. So
yes. And we also wanted to highlight some of the other staff members, the cafeteria workers, custodians, paraprofessionals. They all work so hard to just do what's best for students, and it takes everybody on staff to really make a great school. So we thought we would just, talk about some of the best staff members at the best school in the United States, and that is
Pineville Elementary.
Yes, so we're taking you down to Pineville, Louisiana, and I hope that you'll sit back, relax. We are drinking our Sonic tea.
If you know us, drink. You know we love our Sonic tea in the morning. So,
cheers.
Doing it over our Sonic tea.
Yeah. And shout out to LSU.
Yes, go Tigers. Okay, we're going to start out in 4th grade with Miss Guillory. And Miss Guillory is a major help to the robotics team. The robotics program is big. We are compete worldwide with all teams all over the world, and she is a big help to that. She stays after school and works with those students. She goes to the competitions, gives up her time, and she's just a great help to Mr. Alexander and to those students.
Yeah. She also, if you've worked with her, she's kind of a quiet person in general, among staff members, but in the classroom she's not, and she does some fun things with the students, and she's makes cool videos and stuff like that whenever we ask them to do that with the staff. So she's a light on the 4th grade hallway, so we enjoy her.
All right, Miss Johns is up next. Miss Johns is probably the most fashionable person on staff. I am always so jealous of her wardrobe and just wish that I could be her and look like her in those outfits.
Hey, do you remember the time that she dressed up as a Native American when they were studying Pushing Up the Sky?
I do remember that, and had the whole theme going. That was awesome. Yes. Something else, she always seems so calm. I wish that I could be like that. And she's open to just trying anything. There were some 6th grade students that had the idea to tutor 4th grade students, and she was completely open to the idea. Mm-hmm. Welcomed them into her classroom, and really made them feel welcome and put them to good use working with her students.
Yeah. She also tried restorative circles in her room, too.
Yes, she sure did. It
was really powerful.
First 4th grade to do that. Yes, yeah. It was very powerful. All right, Miss Upton is our next 4th grade teacher. We have really missed Miss Upton this year. She had her 4th baby in almost that many years. She has spent her whole teaching career at Pineville, mm-hmm. and given so much of herself to our students. And she taught some of them twice, because she taught 1st grade and then she taught 4th grade. She has managed to be an amazing teacher while having many children of her own, and never seems flustered. It is amazing.
She's so calm, and I have to say, I've been with her for 3 years now, and every year she's gotten better at her craft. And then last year, she was one of the people that really stepped it up with Leader and Me, and her kids were leading stuff, all of it at the beginning of class, and it was really neat to see that.
Yes, yeah. Very, very impressive lady. On to Miss Cook. When I was thinking about Miss Cook, the word MacGyver came to my mind. I think Miss Cook is like the MacGyver of teaching. You could give her a wire, a button, a string, and a picture of a castle, and she's going to make an amazing lesson out of it.
Yes,
and the kids
she will.
are going to have so much fun and learn.
Super creative.
Yes, she is so passionate about teaching and about everything that she does, and she's pretty hilarious too.
Yeah.
She will keep you laughing.
So one thing that you might not know about Miss Cook is that in the middle of the school year this year, she took it upon herself to do one of our behavior RTI groups with 4th grade. It was the first 4th grade one that we've ever done. And I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to see that play out because it was going really well. But she took her own lunch break every day to work with those students. So it was
Amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
all on her
We
own
appreciate
initiative.
that.
So.
Yep.
Okay, Miss O'Banion.
Miss O'Banion with her cats.
With her cats. Keeps us laughing. She's my
Yes.
fellow puzzle lover. Loves to do puzzles like I do. What you may not know about her is that she is a master scheduler of her students.
Yes, she is.
We have relied on her so much this year with those students, and not only is she good at creating an initial schedule, she was constantly moving those kids around to meet their needs, and it was amazing to see.
It was amazing, and it took a load off of us.
Yes.
Because, she would take it on herself and make sure that, people were there to assist her students. So it was neat.
And so Vanya was always in the right spot to catch drama with the students.
Yes.
Um,
Many funny stories.
yes.
about
And
that.
not that she wanted to be, but she always happened to be right there when things were happening. And she's always Johnny on the spot. So
Yep.
we appreciate that, Miss O'Banion. Miss Havens. Miss Havens has some of the most difficult students, toughest kids
Yes.
to work with
She does.
every day.
All at the same time.
Oh, yes, all at the same time. And she does it day in and day out and does a great job with that.
She does. It's not easy.
Yes.
In fact, I think it's funny when, some of the other teachers are like pulling out their hair, like not knowing what to do with a certain student. And then we remind them, Miss Havens has that student for this long with these other students too. And it's just a tough position that she's in. But, she rarely complains about it, at least to me.
Or me.
Thanks, Miss Havens. But she does it like a pro. So we're thankful for that.
And also, she stepped up to take over parties this year with
AR. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big help.
Yes, and we had some good AR parties, so we appreciate that. Miss Hebron. I was thinking about Miss Hebron. I thought she has the patience of a saint
Yeah.
and the voice of an
Of an
angel.
She
Yes. She has so much patience working with math. Working with students can test you.
Yes, it
It
can.
can test you.
Yes.
But she has the patience of a saint with those students and working with them in math and getting so much out of them. Teaching them the curriculum on level and just making them
They
get there.
step up.
Yeah, they step up.
She has high expectations for them, and she doesn't let up, and it's really neat.
Yes.
Another thing about her is that she's really thoughtful about the decisions that she makes, both in the classroom and then with her special education students. I don't know, she really thinks it through and looks at a lot of different options to figure out what's best for them, and I appreciate about that. about her.
And if you have never done SBLC, then you have no idea what kind of a job that is. And she took over SBLC this year from me, and I was so very grateful. And she has learned it so quickly and is so organized and done such a great job with that. And it's such a major undertaking, and just I am forever grateful for taking that off my plate.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention choir.
Yeah, choir.
It's just amazing.
It really
Love hearing
is.
those kids sing.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do in such a short time with those students.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, moving on to some 5th grade teachers. Miss Davis is up first. Miss Davis, she stepped in this year.
She did. Oh, I love Miss Davis. She was a lifesaver this year.
She started the year, she came up with the idea to do speech with those students and was doing an amazing job. And then we needed a 5th grade science and social studies teacher. and she's jumped right in full force and has given so much of herself. She's in school herself, and so she has so much on her plate, but yet has given so much. She innovates in there. She's using Pear Deck and all of these other programs that I don't even know.
She was one of the first people to use Pear Deck, and then she started sharing that with other people, which I appreciate that about her.
She whipped that class into shape. I mean,
she did.
She brought stability to that whole 5th grade because it was kind of in flux with some subs and things like that, and she really brought some stability.
She did. It was really neat because I would walk in there and her room's just so calming. She uses lamps and has the lights off, and she has music playing, and they're working. And if I needed a break, sometimes I would just go in her room and sit because it was just calming and peaceful. She is the first one that tried restorative circles.
She sure is. I went to her one afternoon and she came to me with an issue, and I said, why don't we try restorative circles? She said, I don't know what it is. I said, I don't know that much about it either, but we both looked at it that night, and the next day she tried it, and it started it off at our school. Yep, so she ended up doing it with every class. So,
awesome.
Miss McLaughlin. Miss McLaughlin has a nickname
for every kid, and it's not the type of nickname that offends them.
Yeah.
Like some of our subs have done in the past. The kids like their nicknames that she uses, and it's pretty cool because it's like she has this connection with each kid.
She's funny, and she makes them laugh.
And she's loud. You can hear her in the hallway teaching up a storm in that classroom. She went out for back surgery, and that was really hard on her. It was hard on us too because we missed her. But the day that she came back, she was like up teaching as loud and with as much charisma as she had before she left.
I was going to say,
shocked
that she talked through pain a lot this year.
She did.
And she came back and just gave it her all, even though she was in pain, and that was.
And she was on it too. Like I could tell when I went in her room, she had planned out her lessons. She always has a learning target up every time. And so I appreciate that.
And her kids missed her when she was gone.
Yes, they did.
So much.
They did. They really did.
Okay, Miss Sydney is our 5th grade math teacher, and Miss Sydney knows math better than...
It's like her second language.
It is. Better than any mathematician or anybody that I have ever known. She knows her standards. It is impressive.
Yeah. I could probably say the number of a standard, and she could probably quote it.
Yes. She knew those assessment guides. She knew exactly what her students needed, and she gives so much of herself to her students. She spends so much time, extra time outside of school, just going over math and putting stuff out there on Dojo and making videos and finding stuff to help her kids.
Yeah. Because she'll even create videos of herself modeling a math problem to put on Dojo. Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I love how she refers, and she's always done this as long as I've known her here, refer to her students as Mr. and Mrs. by their last name. And it just kind of creates this level of respect with them. And there's just level of respect in that classroom. And there's that, but it's also, she can make them laugh. She can come up with some funny sayings and really make them laugh. Yep. So,
it's fun to watch her teach.
It is definitely fun to watch her teach. Miss Lewis, talk about someone that loves her students.
Yeah.
I have seen her shed many a tears over her students.
Oh, definitely.
They call her, a lot of them call her mom,
mm-hmm.
mama. They want to go home with her. She definitely has a heart.
Yes. She also ran one of our behavior RTI groups.
She helped run, yes.
And those boys, it was tough at the beginning of the year with that group. They were not getting along with one another.
And they didn't love the idea of the group very much.
They did not. They did not. But, toward the end of it, and one of the students left and was put into foster care. I don't know if it was that or what, but they just kind of meshed together and surrounded him, and I don't know. It was magical.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And that lady could teach some kids to write, too, let me tell you. Those kids perform for her, and her scores are great. I mean, she can take them from the beginning of the year where she's like, they can barely write a sentence. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do it, to writing paragraphs.
Yeah. Yep.
And doing really well. Yeah. She's an awesome teacher with a huge heart.
Yes.
All right, Coach Trapp. What can we say about Coach Trapp? She's a lifesaver.
I didn't know how much I needed Coach Trapp until she came. And
yes, she came. Yeah. I don't know. Sometime, I don't remember when it was. Seems like she's always been here. But sometime during the school year, when Miss Dupuy had to move to science, and I mean, whatever we need.
Yeah, she picked right up with PE with no issues, which I knew she would, because we needed somebody that could manage PE. That's not easy.
Yeah.
But not only that, she really did mesh with the faculty.
Right. And our special schedule is not easy because we offer so much to our children. It is very complicated. And almost every day there was an issue with somebody that wasn't here or something that needed to be changed, and we didn't even have to ask. She and Miss Heather just
they'd figure it out.
And it was so nice because that's a headache.
Yes.
She just, you can, I mean, you give her something and she's going to do it and above.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, she would come to school early to practice archery with her students. They'd come at 7 o'clock. And I thought that was special.
I've heard several teachers joke, and it's true. She has many talents, and I think she has more hours in her day than we do.
Because she gets so much done.
She gets so much done. Yes. She's like vinyling and sewing and like doing all this stuff and cooking, and I don't know how she does it all. She has more than 24 hours in her day. I'm pretty sure.
Has to.
Miss Galfano, our amazing art teacher.
You know, there's so many things we can say about her, but one of the first things that I think of is it's like our school has her fingerprints everywhere. Like, everything that she does with the students makes our school not only look beautiful, but it's just part of our culture now. And I remember that, you know, over Christmas we had those gifts donated for our students, and one of them was the art kit. And several of the students would say things like, how did they know I was an artist? And I just love that.
I know. I had a student make a picture, and they were always making pictures and bringing them to Miss Galfano, but I happened to be in there one morning, and it was amazing. I have it hanging in my office right now, and I said, and it was towards the beginning of the year, and I said, have you always loved art? She said, no, I didn't love art until I came here. And she was new to us this year, and so Miss Galfano brought that out in her, and in so many other ones.
And we've had students put their art in the museum. I mean, won art competitions, and it's just awesome.
And she's just so talented herself too. It's amazing to see what she can do and what she can bring out in the students. She is inspirational, and I mean, she loves her students. I mean, loves them so much she took one home with her.
She did take one home.
So she has given us one of the, I would say, top elementary art programs in the country. I mean, I don't know that anybody could compare.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Alexander, our just whiz kid. He's not a kid, but he does kind of look.
He is a whiz.
He is a whiz.
He's good at so many things. I don't know how many times I've said to him, I wish I could just copy you.
I know.
Because y'all may not know this, but his degree is in music education. So he could actually be teaching band or other musical classes here. But he does robotics, as you know.
Yes.
And I'm literally speechless. I don't even know what to say because it's so awesome.
You know, when I was thinking, he really can do anything he tries. He learned Russian on his own.
Yes, he did.
He plays multiple musical instruments.
He also took a student home with him.
He also took a student home with him. Yes. kind of a theme here.
Yeah. But like he built the robotics program from nothing.
From nothing.
Started with a grant that he wrote, and then now we literally compete on the worldwide stage.
Yes.
So,
yes.
amazing.
And is looking at expanding it to include, already it has our former students that come back in the afternoons and expanding it even more.
Yes.
He is amazing. I wish that I could have done everything that he's doing when I was his age. I mean, I wish I could do it now. I say when it was his age. I wish I could do what he's doing now. He's impressive. And the kids love his class because he just relates to them and he never raises his voice. He's just, I don't know. He's got some magic.
Very talented. Yes.
He's got some magic.
So, we have not gotten to all of the staff members here at Pineville Elementary, but we probably, since, this is not Studio 1A in New York City, so we're working with some, different technology here, so we'll probably need to end this session and then start another session with the next set of
yes. And like many of you, we are working with our children, and they keep peeking their head in the room. So
yes.
We are going to be back with you on the next segment of Live with
Erin
and Blair. See you next time.
Thanks for joining us. All right.